We are continuing our conversations with industry leaders on the sidelines of the SIAM conference, and I have with me Tarun Garg, who is the Chief Operating Officer of Hyundai Motor India. Tarun, thanks for talking to us. Obviously today, a day when the industry comes together. I think a lot to cheer about with GST. But first I want to get your perspective of the market. I think after a lot of years of double-digit growth, which was obvious after COVID. I think this year we've had a reality check, and I think the market has softened. And going forward, will the drop in GST be a booster shot leading into the festive season? So just your perspective on all this.
Yes, absolutely, Harmas. In fact, if you see the last 20 years, after every 4 or 5 years of good growth, always 1 year comes where a dip happens. And that is why you see, whether it's a 5-year CAGR or a 10-year CAGR, that hovers around 4.5% to 5%, whereas we have had years of 9%, 10%, maybe double-digit growth as well. So I think this is normal. Yes, like you said, April to August, if you see Hormas, industry was at -2%. I believe September onwards with the GST cut, we will be back to the CAGR level of about 5%. So in terms of swing, -2 becomes +5, which means a 7% swing.
Right.
So just to put things in perspective, hopefully going forward, September to March and even then next year, we should be again back to our CAGR level growth of 5%. And in my 32 years, at least last 20 years, I don't remember a cut like this.
Exactly. I think really it's something to cheer. It's really fantastic. And government has given a bonanza to the auto industry.
We really want to thank the Honorable Prime Minister, because this is something very big and this was something very much required.
Right.
And this has come at just the right time.
Right. And it's across the board actually for consumerism.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. And Tarun, just to understand, we've got 18% for the sub 4 meter. That's obviously got the biggest benefit. But I wanted to get your sense. Do you think that will kind of be a trigger for growth? Because some segments, I think the consumer structurally, it's challenged. It's nothing to do with the price. People want to jump from hatchback straight to compact SUVs and beyond. And at the same time, there has been a certain reduction, not as much of course, in the mid-size SUVs, come down to 40%. So just your forecast on how do you think this is going to pan out?
So this is the most asked question, Harmas, today, and you're right. So if you see the cut, the GST cut is 11% to 13% for the cars less than 4 meter, and of course linked to engine capacity as well. I believe very strongly, while all segments will see a growth, the maximum impact, positive impact, would be on the Venue and the Exter segment.
So the compact SUVs, not necessarily the Neos and yeah.
Yes, I'll tell you why also.
Right.
A couple of reasons for there. Because one, that is a segment in the less than 10 lakh rupees which has seen the maximum cut. What I mean to say, a 11 or 13% cut on a Venue, straight away 10 lakh rupees becomes 9 lakh rupees.
Right. In absolute
terms, it is the biggest cut. Number two, that is the segment where aspiration and affordability both are being taken care of. You are not addressing aspiration in the 5 lakh rupees segment.
Right.
You are addressing both in that segment.
Right.
So that is point number 2. Point number 3, if you see the product plans of any company, maximum products would be coming in that segment. Now that is the biggest trigger.
Right.
How many companies would have planned more hatches? I don't know, frankly speaking.
Yeah. It's not a segment that's growing.
Yes. Yeah. So look, price has come down for every segment. However, nothing else has changed. Why will a customer at 6 lakh rupees, if he is getting an Exter, and even my own, say, Neos customers or earlier Centro customers have moved to Exter, why will they go back again to that hatch? Because if they are getting an Exter now, even the Exter price has come down.
Right.
Even the Venue price has gone down.
Right.
Even otherwise, Venue plus Exter put together today is about 28% of the overall market. It is the biggest segment.
Right.
So while people say that hatches have come down from 50% to 23%, absolutely right. However, that 27% has gone to the siblings, not to another segment altogether.
Right.
The price segment is still the same.
Right.
Last point, in the last 4-5 years, unlike what people have reported, less than 10 lakh and more than 10 lakh has remained same.
Right.
For mass, it's still 50-50. Okay,
Right.
1% here and there is okay. It's not as if less than 10 lakh used to be 70% and now it is 30%. No.
Right.
So it's only the customer preference which has changed. from hatches to SUV, and the reasons are very obvious.
Right.
Because he's getting a better ground clearance, he's getting a better visibility on the road,
Right.
he's getting 6 airbags, he's getting sunroof, he's getting ADAS, he's getting blah blah blah. So I mean, nothing has changed.
Right, and Tarun, on the other side,
Yes.
on the flip side, let's say the delta between an ICE SUV and an electric SUV of the same thing, specifically Creta, that has come down. Do you think that would have an impact on the EV demand? Because really, I think the delta was maximum, and that's why with EV you could come close to the ICE pricing, because 5 to 40, almost 48% in certain segments is a huge delta which is easy to bridge. Now that has come down.
Yes, you're right. So two things have happened if you see. One is, if you see 2023 and 2024, EV penetration was stuck at 2.4.
Yeah, now it's jumped to 4, yeah.
Now, no, jump to 4, you are seeing January to August.
It'll go even more.
No, please see August.
Right.
It is 6.
Right.
I don't think you noticed that.
No, I've not noticed that. Yeah.
You get my point. So averages sometimes hide a lot of numbers,
Right,
of figures.
right.
So every month it has been going
up.
If you remember, we had met during the Creta Electric launch, and you are a biggest supporter of Creta Electric.
Yeah,
I had
fabulous.
said that 2025 and 26 will be the big
Right.
EV thing. Just see 6%. Already we are at 6%.
Right.
We used to say US is at 10, 12 and all. We are reaching there,
6, yeah.
my dear friend. And this is when some of the big players have still not come. What
That's right.
has changed this year? 2, 3 things have changed. One, some of the big players have jumped in. Of
Right.
course, Hyundai came with Creta, some
Right.
of the other players
Yeah,
came.
Mahindra came in also, yeah.
Number 2, PM eDrive scheme was a big
Right.
shift from the erstwhile FAME 2 to
Right.
PM eDrive. What
Right.
is the big change?
Right.
Instead of giving a small support or a subsidy to EV buying,
Yeah.
now the biggest enabler, which is the EV charging,
Charging is big,
that
yeah.
was taken.
Right, right.
Today you saw Mr. Tarun Kapoor also talking about 22,000 for four-wheeler charging stations,
right.
and 44,000
Yeah.
for
Two-wheeler
two-wheeler
charging.
So this is the biggest enabler, and companies like Hyundai have also jumped in. If you see, earlier the focus was on DC charging, now
Right.
AC charging. Now the focus on DC
fast
charging.
DC charging.
119 already installed.
Right.
Will reach 600 by 2032. So yes, you are right. Maybe little bit. And okay, the last point is 45 and 5 and 40 and 5. It's not such a big change. Yes,
Right.
in the small cars, yes.
Yeah.
Because 29 and 5 and 18 and 5.
Right.
So still, with respect to
Yeah,
Creta,
there are not too many small EVs, so yeah.
there are not too many. So
Yeah,
if
right.
you see, I don't think it's such a big change. So yes, little bit of a setback, if I may use the term, not too much, because the other things are changing at a much fast, which are
Right.
much bigger enablers. So
Right.
I think EV is here to grow.
Right.
And with all the players jumping in, and not only looking at new models, but also looking at the ecosystem.
Right.
Also the cost. Because if you see, GST is one part of it, but like we have localized the battery packs.
Yeah.
Now then we are with the local Indian manufacturer for cells as well.
Right.
All this will bring the cost down as well.
Right,
So
right.
I think the direction is absolutely there,
Right,
and nothing
right,
to worry
yeah.
about.
And I want to stick to overall industry. We're at SIAM today. I just want to talk on, regulations and compliances. One gets the sense that, every 6 months there's something, and a lot of investment, time, resource goes into that. So we had ethanol now, E20, everyone has to calibrate to E20. Now we'll have CAFE 3. Do you think, there should be a little bit more streamlining or a bit more strategic rollout of regulations with enough lead time and everything coming together in one decisive step rather than, steps all the time, which really is a nightmare for OEMs.
No, I would say that frankly, the good thing which is happening today is that there's a lot of discussion between the OEMs or through the SIAM and the government,
Right.
which is very good, which means that no unilateral decisions have been taken.
Right.
So discussions, whenever there is a discussion, there are always, if there are 5 OEMs, they will all have their own strengths and their weaknesses. So there's always, it will take time.
Right.
So I can, while ideal situation, what you are saying is right, at the same time, we have to be pragmatic. I think the good thing we like is that government is listening to the OEMs, listening to SIAM, and we are reaching a kind of a consensus in terms of this could be the roadmap. In terms of time and all, if you see even CAFE 2, frankly speaking, industry was really very, very fast. I think I would like to compliment every player, whether it was BS6, whether it was CAFE 2,
Yeah.
very, very quick. And now I think we are in CAFE 3 discussions. Now let's see what happens. But I believe that so far so good. Some things have to be pushed through regulations.
Right.
If left to everybody, then probably
Not
some
happen.
it will not happen.
Right, yeah.
And I think we all know, we all realize that India needs cleaner air, India
Right.
needs cleaner mobility, cleaner energy. We need to bring down the cost of imports. So I think all those factors, sometimes even if it means nudging or a little push also, it's okay.
Right. With that, Tarun, thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks
you.
so much
Thank
talking
you.
to us.
Thank you.